Hi everybody from TechnoLost and welcome to the dedicated focus on the multimedia capabilities of the Samsung Galaxy S Duos. Well, first of all, I would like to thank our friend at Global World Mobile for this device we have for our focus. Well, let's just start and give a look to the camera interface of this Galaxy S Duos. We have more or less the same UI that we can find in many others Samsung device nowadays, like the Galaxy S3 or the Galaxy Note 2 for instance. Of course, we have several less features here than in the other big brothers of this small Samsung Galaxy S Duos. First of all, we will miss the HDR feature, and we will miss as well the possibility of shooting pictures taking picture while shooting videos. Well, for the other functionalities of this camera interface, we have of course the selector for the flash. We have here the shooting mode, which is single shot, smile shot, panorama, cartoon or share shot. We have the effect, which is nothing but negative, black and white and sepia. And we have some settings, quite few indeed, which are the possibility of having self-portrait, the flash selector, the same we saw before. We have the shooting mode once more, scene mode, which is the portrait, landscape, night, sports, party, indoor, beach, sunset and down. We have, I modify the scene mode. Then we have focus mode, which is autofocus or macro mode. We have timer, we have effect, the one you saw before. We have the resolution, which is quite low. We have at maximum of 5 megapixel, 3.2 to 1.3, 0.3. We have white balance, ISO, metering, guidelines, image quality. This is quite a nice settings because many OEM doesn't have this kind of settings. I mean, you can choose the image quality compression algorithm, which is quite good. This camera is capable of recording picture, just a quick reminder, at 5 megapixel for the main sensor, here, which is not a backside illuminated sensor, of course, it's just a normal 5 megapixel sensor. And we have a front-facing camera, which is a VGA front-facing camera. Having the super fine mode, we can have 5 pixel at a resolution of 5 megapixel up to 3 megabyte file size, so quite good. Then of course we can choose the whether to use or not the GPS tagging and where to store the picture and video, whether on the memory card or on the internal storage. Well, this is for concern the shooting mode of the pictures. Then we have the video. Maybe we have even less feature because we just can choose between this length, which is normal, recording mode normal, or limit for MMS. We have here the same effect we saw in the pictures, and we have almost the same settings, maybe something less, like we have self-recording, we have flash, we have recording mode, the one you saw before, exposure value, timer, effect, resolution. The maximum resolution for the video is 740 for 480. Then we have 320 for 240, and we have 176 for 144. Then we can choose white balance, guidelines, video quality once more, super fine, fine, normal. And we have the possibility to choose whether to storage videos on memory card or on internal storage. Then we saw here the camera interface. Just one more info about the camera interface. As I told you during the unboxing and the technical specs focus, this camera, as you can see, doesn't have touch to focus. This doesn't mean that we don't have autofocus mode here, but it's just like on the plain old shooting camera, where you just can focus on the center of the scene. So you just have to press here, let the phone autofocus on the middle, and then it will shoot the pictures. That's it. So let's see how does it behave for what concerns taking pictures and shooting videos. First of all, this is the classical Samsung camera, gallery interface that we can find in many other Samsung products nowadays. We don't have many settings here. Location doesn't use maps at all. It's like the standard, the stock Android gallery. We just have the location grouping pictures by place, but nothing more. Then what else? Let's give a look to the pictures. Let's just delete the one we use for the test. We have here the possibility to use DLNA now, as well as the mobile phone doesn't find any DLNA client. It doesn't show you anything. I can tell you for sure that, for instance, I have in DLNA television, and if I just turn it on, my television is connected to the Wi-Fi connector here, and if I choose the Wi-Fi connector on the mobile phone, here comes a small icons that let me shot the pictures, send the pictures to the TV directly. So let's give a look to the shooting capabilities of these small Galaxy S Duos. First of all, I want to tell you that this is a great small phone for pictures. Don't get me wrong, I mean, we don't have, of course, a DLRS, as well as we don't have the same good sensor of the high-end devices like 8 megapixel backside illuminated or 13 megapixel backside illuminated given a 5 lens or anything like this. Nevertheless, this is a very good 5 megapixel shooter, although it's not even a backside illuminated. I mean, this is a picture took at night without any kind of scene selection, so I didn't even choose night mode here. But as you can see, the picture is well balanced. We don't have any kind of color predominance, and it's sharp. It's definitely sharp to be night pictures. So I would have expected really a worse result from this kind of camera. It's not bad at all. And this is just the beginning. I mean, this is the night mode shot. Of course, telling you that we don't have HDR here means that if we shot against the sun, this is the kind of picture that we obtain, of course. But this picture, for instance, was taken while this car was moving quite fast, maybe it was 40 kilometers an hour, so it was just in front of me. Nevertheless, I could, focus and take this picture, so it's even quite fast. Then what else? This is the video. I'm going to talk to you about the video in a few seconds. This is a well-lit scene, and as you can see, we have very good details indeed from this small 5 megapixel sensor. Very good details. So given a well-lit scene, we don't have any kind of problem in taking picture with this small device. Moreover, let's just give a look to this macro. I didn't even use macro mode at all here. Nevertheless, as you can see, if I try to zoom a little bit, the macro is really good. Sorry, the macro is really good. We have many details, so quite nice job for this 5 megapixel sensor. This is another macro mode. Another picture took in automatic mode, no macro mode at all. But as you can see, we have very good details indeed. So this is for what concerns pictures. So if we can manage to have quite a very good job for what concerns pictures, I have to admit that video are really I wouldn't say terrible, but nevertheless, I mean, having a video at 640 for 480 nowadays is like, watching a video on a stamp, so it's too small. I mean, too small. Nevertheless, the video is quite smooth. We don't have any kind of problem with the microphone and the audio recording. As you can see, it's it's quite high volume. but it's 640 for 480, so nothing special really. Although we have a bitrate of 3 megabits per second in this kind of video. So we saw the picture quality, the video quality. Now let's see how does this small device behave in reproducing videos. Well, what can I tell you? The standard player cannot reproduce anything but MP4 and 640 for 480 resolution. These are MKV file, and it doesn't even, you know, matters choosing them because we cannot reproduce them at all. The other standard file used for video testing are not even recognized by the standard player. Here it just can recognize the Skyfall trailer, which is an MP4 at 1080p, but doesn't even bother launching it because, you know, we just can hear audio and there's no video. It's too slow to reproduce video at 1080p, so we have even some problem in getting back. Okay, so here for instance I have an MP4 file. It's 640 for 480. This is the Halo 4 trailer, and of course we didn't have problem in reproducing this kind of file, as I told you. I mean, it's even not that bad bad looking, because maybe the display is just 800 for 480, so nevertheless it's not that bad. So this is for what concerns the standard player. Of course we can use third-party player, but the situation won't get too much better, because we could even reproduce other files, but just with the standard resolution of 640 for 480. For instance, here I have a device which is the 640 for 480, and as you can see we are able to reproduce it even with hardware acceleration, and it's quite good. Any kind of other format and others resolution, sorry, I even have problem in getting back from the third-party player because it gets stuck sometimes while reproducing video. You see, let me close everything before. So if we try to reproduce something else, like this is the Windows Media Video, this is a 640 for 480. As you can see, we have some kind of problem. Yes, we have. So it's just, you know, the only things left is for what concern the audio playback. We don't have any kind of problem, but from the rear speaker and from the internal speaker for the call. It's nothing to, you know, nothing to note here. It's just medium volume for both speakers, so medium level, nothing special and nothing worse. Well, for what concerns the multimedia focus on the Samsung Galaxy S Duos, that's all. Once more, thanks for watching and bye from TechnoLost.